another episode of the Extremely Casual Gamers podcast with Ellie, Chris and Guy. This is a casual gaming podcast for the everyday gamer. And in today's podcast, Chris, you want to talk about the flaws of our favourite video games.
Yeah, I just think sometimes you put your... G'day everyone, by the way. Thanks for listening. Give us a 5-star review. Thanks, mate.
Oh, he's coming hot there.
Sorry, I was just... You know, you have your favourite games up on a pedestal, right? And maybe we're looking at them with rose-tinted glasses, so...
Oh, you mean flaws, F-L-A-W-S.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking floors, like what you stand on.
Oh,
Right.
I went through all of the games I love and just like all the different flooring,
Right.
and tiles and
Well,
laminate and stuff.
Guy, save that,
Shit.
and we'll definitely do that maybe in the end of the year, the
Yeah?
end of the year special.
We got
yeah,
a one-year episode coming up, so maybe
True.
we'll save it for that.
that
Okay.
sounds like a birthday topic.
Just to get the ball rolling in your head, Guy, think about this because we'll get up to it later, but like, you know, things that are flaws in your favourite games, like Halo, it sucks, Red Dead Redemption's
That's what
boring,
I
that
wrote
sort of
down.
stuff.
I
There you
wrote that
go.
down,
Yeah, good. Guy, you want to pick up the chat from last week about video game characters competing in the Olympics?
Yeah, the Olympics. Everyone's talking about it right now. The opening ceremony kicked off over the weekend. And yeah, we talked about it briefly last week. Video game characters, how would they do in actual Olympic events?
That's right.
I've got a list.
Okay, alrighty. And also, we have a Helldivers 2 giveaway at the end of the potty.
Sure
so
do.
stick around if you want to learn how to get in the draw for that.
Not just that too, a controller as well, isn't it?
Sorry, I missed that. We've also got a bloody controller
Oh,
to give away.
PS5.
Yes,
PS5. I should
PS5
say.
controller.
Yeah.
So stick around for that. But for now, let's get into some listener feedback. First of all, I just want to welcome Taran Antes, who found us on TikTok and then came and started listening to all of our episodes. So thank you for being
Hello,
here. Hello. Also, Jordan, we do want to just acknowledge that he can't deal with the blasphemy anymore that we've been calling Ooga Booga. Aku Ooga Booga.
Well, I know, yeah, everyone calls it Ooga Booga because that's what
I
he says.
know.
And you didn't say Ooga Booga, you said Oogly Boogly.
I did say Oogly Boogly. Yeah,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
way worse.
It is,
Aku
yeah.
Aku, and I believe the bad one's Uka Uka.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right. Yeah,
right.
yeah. So he came in and warped. So sorry, Jordan, you are right, but we are still going to continue to call him Ooga Booga, or maybe even Oogly Boogly.
That's right.
Yeah. Tyler said, Chris, you may be upset to know this, but the fortified ankles are far superior to the reinforced tendons in Cyberpunk.
Why?
Hold down the button for a high jump, and according to my own test, the fortified ankles jump higher. Apparently.
You're joking.
That just rocked his world.
Yeah, try that this week and let us know.
And you
Report
can only
back.
have one or the other. Okay, I'll have
Oh,
to try
so-
that this week.
Have you already picked one, though?
Well, no, there's only one slot, and you can buy which one you want and put it in there, but you
Okay.
can't have both.
Ah, right.
So
okay.
you have to be like, do I want to be able to double jump or do I want to be able to run faster, blah, blah.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
fortified ankles, I'll have a look.
Yeah, have a look at that.
If I were to be able to choose personally which one I would like, I'd like fortified ankles.
Why? Because Tyler suggested it.
No, because I feel like ankles are one of those injuries that if you roll your ankle, not even break, just roll and sprain it,
Yep.
it gives you hell
Yes.
for years. I busted up my ankle playing indoor netball.
Yep.
And it made a huge pop noise. You were there. Do you remember it? You were playing on the court over from me in a different game. And I played for me. It was my first game of indoor netball, social. I was playing for 5 minutes max.
Yeah.
Roll my ankle. It made such a crack noise that I
Yes.
thought it snapped. But it didn't. But that gave me hell for years.
No, same. I had played a lot of netball too. My ankles just weakened and weakened and weakened. So
I'd rather
fortified ankles.
fortified ankles than reinforced
good.
tendons.
Well,
Yeah.
look, Guy, and I didn't realize that you've got the technical term for what happened to you is I've got a netball injury that's giving me grief. That's
Yeah.
what you say. And it makes you sound extremely old. That was the game where after one quarter, I looked over and your team had scored 2 points, two goals.
we were terrible.
Oh.
It was frustrating. to watch.
Terrible. It was awful. Awful.
Funny though.
Oh, well. Also, Paul Askew, I just wanted to shout you out because you made the Pumbaa warthog with AI. Did you
Yes,
see
you
that
did.
picture?
I saw the
That
Pumba
was very
Warthog.
good.
I loved it. That was exactly what I was picturing.
Yeah.
Just on Paul Askew, it's actually Paul Askew
Is it? Is it actually?
as opposed to, I keep thinking it was Paula Skew.
Oh, because of the way I've been
Paul
saying
Askew.
it.
Yeah, and I was like, where's this Paula? I've been looking for her. It's, oh, hang on, it's Paul Askew.
Nah, yeah, it's Paul
We've just
Askew.
been
Sorry.
saying his name's slightly askew. That's it.
Hey.
Exactly. Nice.
We do it every week.
We do.
Every time.
Yeah, every time. Johnny, on the top of gaming bars, there's a great franchise in the UK called NQ64. So last week we chatted about our ideal gaming lounge
Yeah.
bar, what we'd want. Apparently in the UK there's one called NQ64, dotted around the country, and he's been to a few of them, and they basically have classic consoles set up as well as vintage arcade games and pinball machines.
Cool
That'd be
name.
pretty cool.
NQ64. Sounds like N64.
Is
Yeah.
it? Oh,
Nintendo
like
64.
Nintendo.
yeah.
I like
Very
it. We'll
good.
have to do a class trip over there to check it out.
Yeah,
I checked the
keen.
budget because we talked about this on the Facebook group. I checked the budget to see if we can fly over to Fortitude in Australia.
Yeah, Fortress. Yeah.
Fortress,
Yep.
sorry.
Yeah.
No.
It's a bit expensive. Yeah.
expensive,
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah,
Damn it,
sorry.
because Alice, she commented about Fortress Melbourne. She actually went there on the weekend with her partner, said it's always packed, and she actually listed off some features that we didn't quite get to, but they've got booths that have huge TVs and multiplayer games for you and your friends. There's a TV on the back of yours so the patrons in the dining area can watch your game. That's quite interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah, there's other screens throughout the area showing playthroughs of other games, board games, arcade games, and the biggest room is filled with computers for streamers to play where they host Valorant or Fortnite tournaments. That's awesome. And there's drinks
rad.
based on video game characters. So that's pretty cool.
That's
I would
basically
really
what
love-
we talked about.
Yeah, it is. So it exists and it's just across the ditch.
I love
my
it when
God.
you invent something, and then you look into it, you're like, oh, there's an incredibly successful franchise set up right now doing
Yeah.
exactly that.
The Chillo.
Yeah.
Guy,
The what?
The Chillo.
this guy's
What's
lifetime
this?
invention that one day he'll invent.
What is it? Are you going to share it or are you scared that people
No,
sell
it's
it?
already been invented. I'm gutted.
Oh, what's it called? What is it?
Electric blankets, right?
Yeah.
Reverse it so that it's cooling and
Mm.
put it in a pillow. Because you know you're always flipping the pillow to get to cool side?
Yes, does it exist?
Every side's a cool side. With the Chillo.
Right.
It's literally the same name and everything.
Is it actually?
I was like, oh my God, it's called the Chillo, blah, blah, blah. And I looked at it's been invented.
Oh.
But it's obviously, if no one's heard of it, it's not very popular.
Yeah,
No.
no, yeah, steal it. Take the idea.
Sorry, am I the only one that doesn't flip their pillow ever in the middle of the night unless I wake up and it's covered in goobies?
Goobies? Who has goobies?
Dribbles.
Yeah,
Ah.
yeah,
You know, so
nice.
like that's the only time I'll flip it, and I'll flip it because it's too cold because I'm lying in a pool of my own spit. I never flip the pillow because it's too hot.
Really?
No.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the best part of sleep.
Yeah, I
no,
love
that's,
that.
That's not true. That's not true. It is a benefit of sleep.
Yeah.
Right.
And then our question of the week goes to Sean. He wanted to know which characters need therapy and why, which I just thought was a really interesting.
That's a very good
Yeah,
question.
it is. Eh? So he said Kratos for anger management and family issues. I'm sure you can
course.
comment on that, Chris.
Well,
Do
he
you agree?
murdered his entire family.
Right. Okay. Is it a spoiler? No.
It's
like
a
preamble?
spoiler from the start of the very first God of War in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So that's a good call. Laura said Joel from The Last of Us just because enough
Yep.
said, really.
Yep.
Apparently he goes through a lot of trauma. I haven't played it or seen it, but I've heard.
But I've heard there's trauma.
Danielle says Yoshi needs therapy due to his abusive relationship with Mario.
Absolutely.
He
Yeah.
needs to understand why Mario rides him, makes him throw his children, eggs, at things, and then allows him to fall down holes in order for Mario to make higher jumps. Oh, poor Yoshi.
I think most video game characters are going to need some serious therapy.
Yeah.
Like even a Pikachu is forced to fight its own species
Yeah, you're
for
right.
our entertainment. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. And then lastly, Claire said the sheep from Spyro, because they're constantly being killed without mercy. I remember doing this as a kid. You just go up and like abuse the sheep. In Spyro, do you remember doing this?
No.
So do you mean
No?
hit them?
Sorry, yeah, like kill them and,
Oh, okay.
and like abuse them. What?
What do you mean kill them then abuse them?
No,
what,
sorry,
what are you saying?
Abuse sounds different.
Are you lighting them on fire? What are you doing?
I can't remember. I just remember being really mean to the sheep.
Right,
And
okay.
yeah, Claire brought a memory back for me, and I was like, oh yeah, I definitely did that in Spyro. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, whoopsies.
To be fair, all the characters need therapy after being told to do all these horrific things by the person playing the game.
This is
That's
true.
true.
Yeah.
You
So
know
in
what I mean?
conclusion, every video character game need
I think
video.
so.
Yeah.
What about like just an NPC in Grand Theft Auto?
Actually,
Absolutely.
yes.
Just you were like walking on the streets and you just don't know if you're going to get mowed down.
Yeah,
know?
NPCs in general probably just need therapy.
Yeah.
So thank you for contributing. You can contribute to our show in the ECG for ECG Facebook group or also on Instagram at Extremely Casual Gamers Podcast.
Yes.
That's right.
As of right now, we're 299 members of the
Oh,
Facebook
wow.
group. So we need who wants to be the special 300?
well,
Yeah.
I mean, it is. We are recording this prior to this going out.
Yeah, true.
So it's probably over 300 now, knowing
hope
us.
so.
How embarrassing of on release we look
If
and
it's
it's 297.
$2.98.
Well, that's a reminder then. Just, I don't know if we've done the admin on this in a while, but if you are listening to this podcast, join our Facebook group. It's called Extremely Casual Group number 4. Extremely Casual Gamers. Jump in there. There's all sorts of like-minded people. We're trying to grow it, turn it into a nice little community. I saw a topic from Harry Cooper, who put it up regarding the Olympics, and he said basically it was, what 3 things do you want to make sure to include in your opening ceremony that define and show off your nation? And then he's put in brackets the game of your choice. So he had Skyrim was his game of choice. He wanted dragons to be there, a battle demonstrating the province's civil war between the Imperials, of course, Guy, and the
Rebels.
Stormcloaks. The Rebel Stormcloaks. Yeah, that'll do. That's
Nice.
pretty close.
Yeah.
I knew.
And a magical section where the Archmage of Winterhold covers the stadium in ice and snow and blah, blah. I thought that was quite cool.
Yeah.
I misread it the first time and I was like, opening, if Video Game World was holding an opening ceremony for the Olympics, what do we want to see in it?
Oh, yeah.
So like, I want to see blah, blah coming on a dragon, blah, blah. So we will do this topic and it'll be my topic for next week.
Okay, cool.
So
Yeah.
we'll have a nice
Love it.
think and feel free to contribute in the group as well on Harry's post there. But a big shout out. That's why the group is excellent. because it helps us come up with ideas.
It's doing our
does.
jobs. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you so much. Now it's time to get us some gaming news.
Gaming news.
Gaming news.
Too happy.
Gaming news. Video game performers to strike over AI and pay concerns. SAG-AFTRA has called a strike for about 2,600 video game industry actors due to failed negotiations on AI terms and wage increases. Essentially, major companies involved, including Activision and EA, is that the actors are demanding protections against AI misuse and better pay. This has been going on since 2022, with the previous contract expiring in November of 2022.
Right.
And this strike could actually delay game releases for 2025 and 2026.
Ugh.
Yes.
So essentially, the Screen Actors Guild American Federation of Television and Radio Artists, that's what the actual acronym's called, they basically did a walkout last, I think, Friday, because there's not clear terms in the contracts yet about whether the video game developers can use AI to kind of replicate their voices and their likeness. So it's
Or even just completely replace voice acting.
Exactly.
Like AI can speak.
Yeah. There's also concerns about whether their performance, whether the safety around their performances is being looked at properly. Like they do a lot of like movement and motion
Motion
stuff.
capture, yeah.
Yeah, motion capture. And I don't think it's very safe yet. So they're saying we need safer working conditions. Plus pay needs to be matched with inflation. And also, the AI thing is the major one.
Well,
Huge.
God, AI, like even us in a creative space, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can go to ChatGPT and type in "tell me a joke" and it'll tell you a joke.
Yeah.
That's a creative thing.
It is.
AI should be like, I don't know, freaking taking out my rubbish.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It should be
Yes.
doing that shit. Why is it doing the creative shit
Oh,
that we have fun doing and humans are so good at producing? You know what I mean?
No, I agree.
And if it infiltrate and EA and Activision, of course, was it Activision?
Yes, there's Activision, EA. There's actually a few more. There's like a lot of the video
Wow,
game
so there's a
companies.
heap.
Insomniac, Blind Light as well. I mentioned. It's a
Insomnia.
lot.
That's the
That's-
Spider-Man one.
yeah.
Oh,
That's unfortunate.
I
Yeah.
can see some of the companies, especially the ones who have got the real lame tactics of like delaying a release to charge you more and loot boxes and all that sort of stuff. I can see them looking at AI and going, "We're going to save a shitload of money."
Yes, 100%.
Oh, that's all it is. It all comes down to money because they can just take all of the audio of, the voice actor who's originally come in and done something for the game. And then from that point on, they can just put that into AI and then just type a sentence and that person, it sounds
Yeah.
like they're doing it. And
Exactly.
They just have to pay a subscription to an AI instead of paying thousands of dollars to somebody who's worked hard.
Yeah, exactly. It's a really interesting argument, and like I want these people to have work and continue to do the video game stuff because it's awesome. AI won't be the same. It will be diluted. It'll be filtered down. It just won't be the same. But the last strike that video game actors had was actually from 2016 to 2017, but that was like way before AI. So that was
Yeah.
just pay conditions and the normal kind of stuff. But now with this AI thing, it's making it even more complex. And like we only just had the TV actors and stuff striking
The
in
Screen
Hollywood.
Actors Guild, that's right.
That's the one, and they went on for quite a while.
They
So
went on
this-
for ages.
Yeah, this will be quite interesting, actually. I don't know whether they'll
Tell you
come
what,
to an
if this
agreement.
delays the release of EA games, then I'm actually fine with
Bro,
it.
I was just thinking
Because
that.
they need time.
Yeah.
Because most of their stuff sucks.
If
Yeah.
it means Assassin's Creed won't come out every year with a new coat of
Yeah.
paint on it, I'm down for that.
Yeah,
But
nice.
because you mentioned Insomniac, if this means that the Wolverine game that they've been talking about for
Oh my
years
God.
gets delayed until like 2028 or something like that, I'll be pretty annoyed.
Yeah, we gotta.
That Wolverine teaser trailer came out like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's just him at a bar and a guy starts picking a fight and all you see is his fist holding a pint. And then he moves his hand and he clenches his fist and then some claws come out. You don't actually see who it is.
That's all we need.
And then it just says Wolverine coming soon.
That's all we've needed.
One of the
Okay.
greatest teasers in
It's
recent
sus-
memory.
It
That's
sustained
awesome.
us that long.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, that was some gaming news. Go,
I
Jeff.
have gaming news.
Gaming news.
Escalation of freedom inbound. It's actually quite exciting. Helldivers 2, right? Obviously, one of the biggest games that's come out in 2024, came out in February. It has unfortunately been too successful in the sense that 400,000 people were playing it all at one time, right?
Right,
That
yeah.
was massive, and now you'd be surprised to get maybe 30,000 people playing it because it is a live service game. So it was incredibly popular. Everybody loved it. Everybody played it, but then very soon afterwards, everyone got bored of it because you were playing the
Right.
same missions. They maxed out their XP. They did everything, right? Kristen, you and I have been playing
Yeah.
it for a long time. We haven't fully maxed it out, but it definitely
But-
is starting to get a little bit like,
Yeah, because we play it
Okay.
we'll play it twice
Yeah.
a week, I reckon, on average with our little group, and I love it. But we are doing the same thing over and over again. The only thing keeping us hooked is by slowly increasing the difficulty.
Yeah.
Right.
But we're still doing the same stuff.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
exactly. Right. So there have been patch updates. There've been lots of leaks. There's been, there have been, spoon feeding us small amounts, but very exciting because on the 6th of August, which is next week, the Escalation of Freedom patch is coming in, which is the biggest patch that they've ever done since launch. So there's currently 9 difficulty settings on the game. They're going to add a 10th called Super Helldive.
Wait, are we on the 7th?
Well, you and I played last night the 8th.
Was it the 8th?
I believe. No,
Oh,
7th.
wow.
No, we
7th.
played 7th.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. So, and that was hard.
Yeah.
But there are people that just solo like level 9. Like it's insane.
Right.
Wow.
So you're going to get level 10. There's new missions. There's new variants of missions. Like there's actually different content, new enemies, like big enemies. And there's more weapons as well. So it's basically everything that we've been asking for.
Nice.
But they just needed time because they weren't expecting it to be as big when
Yeah.
it launched, just like Power World last year. So we just needed time. But unfortunately, the gaming community is very impatient. So
it is, yeah.
hopefully this brings a lot more people back into the game because it deserves it, because it is it's very fresh.
Yeah.
It's about time we had a game like this. So
Yeah.
August 6th.
Cool. That's
August
exciting.
6th, not far off. The interesting thing about Helldivers 2 is like as soon as they dropped the original game, they were probably like, right, let's start working on some bonus content and like watch out for bugs and stuff.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, millions of people bought it, and they're like, it changes from let's not start developing content. It's like, how the hell do we get servers and stuff big enough to handle this juggernaut we've made?
Yeah.
So I feel like their initial shifts were just containing and making sure it works for all these people, and now they're getting around to bonus content.
Exactly. They've been playing catch up since launch.
Yeah.
Which is, it sounds like such a first world problem of like, oh, our game's too successful. But a too successful game on launch can actually cripple a game.
That's
Totally.
right. It's
You know?
called the ECG syndrome. Like you come out the gates firing.
Yeah.
Millions of people are talking about you.
Exactly.
And we're scrambling to keep our heads above water.
Oh,
Absolutely.
amen. So this is maybe where a video game company might want to use AI because it's quicker than getting
Yeah.
it voice acted. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wonder if this whole AI thing, sorry to go back to my news story, but I want to come back to mine. No, but this whole AI thing is because gamers are so impatient and everyone wants more, they're probably going, oh, we're going to have to use AI now.
Well, that's the other thing as well. Like these live service games, there are voice actors involved in Helldivers 2, but not into a huge extent. But there'll be times where like we need to record all of this voice work, but so and so who does the voicing isn't available, or his agent's being a dick and he's haggling for money. So if we do it with AI, then it's done. You're like, I get it. There's a time and a place, and there is a bit of a line. To
I
toe.
think everyone needs to stop being so impatient.
I agree.
Oh, big time.
Delay the enjoyment, and the climax will be that much sweeter, guy.
Oh, wow, that's beautiful.
Thank
Is
you.
that from experience in other areas of your life?
I don't know what you're talking about, but all I'm saying is like Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to hit like a mother effer because
Yes.
it's been a decade.
Yeah.
You know what I'm not saying take over a decade to design a game, but I'm saying just take your time, and when it finally comes out, when The Witcher 4 comes out, I'm going to be so all over it.
Yeah.
I'm going to be climaxing everywhere because
Yeah,
of
but you're
that.
not going to play it for 6 months and after it comes out.
Yeah, I'll wait for the bugs to be
bugs.
fixed.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, CD Projekt Red, I think after the Cyberpunk debacle, they will never release a buggy game ever again.
No.
I think
Yeah.
they've learned their lesson massively.
Yeah.
But it's just everyone stop being so impatient.
Amen. Just enjoy the blue balls is what I have to say.
What the hell does that mean?
I think she was trying to piggyback off your
Yeah.
by making it sexual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine wasn't sexual. But
Honestly,
No,
guys,
okay.
just squeeze the bass.
Guy, stop. Don't say work the tip either.
I wasn't going to.
You were
I
going
wasn't.
to.
I was
I read
saying,
your mind.
Guys, squeeze the bass, all right?
Squeeze it. Yeah. All right, that's it. Gaming news.
No,
Jesus.
actually, you know what? Breaking
Oh,
news.
wow.
We've got another one. We've got a third gaming news. Gaming news! Woo! It takes too long for beloved podcast host and casual gamer, and what can only be described as a gaming miracle, Ellie Howard, ECG fan favourite, and her partner Sam Morgan have finally completed the co-op video game.
Oh, wow.
It Takes Two.
God.
Woo! After nearly 12 months of sporadic playing, the game, designed to be finished in about 10 to 14 hours, turned into a year-long epic journey for the duo, interrupted by real-life responsibilities, frequent snack breaks, and occasionally forgetting they were even playing it at all.
Yeah.
We got stuck in the underwater level for a solid few months because Ellie kept complaining about motion sickness, confessed Sam. In the end, I had to complete the level using both controllers
Oh my God.
simultaneously. Friends, fellow ECG hosts, and ECG fans had started to doubt if the end would ever come as early as 2 months into the gameplay. Ellie stood strong and insisted, "We will finish it, I swear." But her promises began falling on deaf ears. Ellie and Sam became a running joke in their social circles, but against all odds, the pair persevered, conquering the final boss and proving that while the game is about working together, sometimes it takes a little longer to get in sync. The irony is in the fact that the game tackles themes around healthy partnerships, marriage, and potential divorce. After such a long campaign, could Ellie and Sam's relationship be slowing down on the rocks? It's a relief to finally finish it, said Ellie, exhausted yet triumphant, and I want to make it known that this game was fantastic and I'd highly recommend it to anyone. Don't take our slow pace as an indicator that was boring, Ellie pleads. If anything, it's more a reflection of whether I'm contributing enough time and attention to my actual relationship. There you go, that's your gaming news.
Wow.
She's done it.
If you put in as much effort to playing the game as you did to writing that article,
That was a full article, yeah.
then you would have finished it in November.
I know, I can't believe we just took that long.
Yeah.
But we did it.
So Sam had to do the underwater level by himself.
Yeah, in the end, he pretty
That's
much
hard.
finished it. Yeah, he literally was using the 2 controllers because I was just like, I'm too sick. But I will say, I loved this game, and next week I'll do a little review on it. I didn't have time for an actual review, but I'll do a
you were
review on it
writing
next
that?
week. Yeah, I was writing that.
Sorry, was that not an actual review? Jeez.
No, it was a fake news story.
Yeah, that was just a bulletin. But no, next week I'll do a review. But yeah, I did it. I did it.
Well done, well done.
Yay.
And can I say the fact that Sam had to tackle the water part solo,
Yeah.
sometimes in a relationship, people are better suited to do things, might have to do some stuff solo.
True.
It's all part of a healthy relationship.
That's deep, bro. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys still breaking up? Or are
Yeah,
you...
probably.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, so for my segment this week, I want all of us to stop looking at our favourite all-time games through rose-tinted glasses and see them for what they really are. These are flawed. They might be masterpieces, but they are
Yeah.
flawed games.
Okay.
All right, so there are certain games that we all like to bang on about a lot. For example, I will start things with my beloved Witcher 3, a.k.a. the greatest game ever made.
For
And
you.
yeah, for you. And so
For
you
you.
do have some critique for this, do you now? You actually can say some mean stuff about it.
Well,
can
it's
you?
not mean. I think if Geralt of Rivia was here listening, he would be nodding and saying, yeah, it's fair enough.
Yeah, right.
If
yeah.
my charisma was high enough.
Yeah.
Wait, is there
Yeah.
even charisma in The Witcher? I don't even think there is. So I will start with The Witcher 3, and I've asked each of you to bring 3 of your favourite all-time
Yes.
games,
Okay.
and also to have a few flaws for each one.
Yeah. Okay.
The Witcher 3
Mm-hmm.
is excellent.
Yes. Move
Do we
on.
have to do the flaws?
He's getting anxious.
It's really good. You should play it. There are too many points of interest.
Okay.
Okay. So you look at the map of The Witcher,
Yeah.
huge map.
Yeah.
And there are question marks everywhere. And they're just little, you get there and there'll be like a few bad guys in a chest or something, and they're called points of interest. There are hundreds of these all around the map, and they have question marks on them, and the question marks don't disappear until you've gone there and either opened the chest or killed all the guys.
Yeah, right.
And
Okay.
Do you
I'm-
not like it because of the completionist in you makes it too
100%.
difficult? Yeah.
And then the worst part is that map, there is 2 more maps that size of worlds that you go to.
Yeah.
Oh.
Skellige, which is an island where there's 5 islands. It's an island nation of seafaring
We
folk.
know Skellige, don't act
Oh,
like we
okay.
don't
Sorry,
know.
fellas. Sorry.
Me and
That
Ellie
was
talk
man-
about it all
We've
the
heard
time.
about it.
That was
Yeah, yeah.
mansplaining. Half of the question marks are in the ocean, which means you have to hop on a sailboat, sail to the question mark, jump out of it, dive down to the chest, get the stuff out, back up onto the boat, sail to the next one, and there is like 50 of these in the ocean.
Starting to understand why it's taking every single time Chris plays this game, he plays it for like 200 hours.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's just hunting question marks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a question mark hunter. Okay, so there's too many points of interest.
Okay.
The Witcher 3. The combat system isn't deep enough.
Oh.
You play something like Elden Ring, or just to be honest, any other, like Ghost of Tsushima is great because
Yep.
it's real easy to use, but there's 4 different combat styles
Yes.
introduced slowly, and it really diversifies things.
Right.
It makes you think about each time you go into a battle.
That's right.
Like, there's different enemies, and you're like, oh, I'm going to use this for this guy and this for
Yeah.
that guy.
I have
Yeah.
to use, what is it like? I can't remember what the styles are. The water style, the waterfowl.
Yeah, there's
So-
different.
the crane?
There's different. Like it's like for
Stances.
stances. Yeah, so it's like for shielded enemies, for people with the long sticks, the people with swords, and then the brutes.
Yeah. The big
Right.
fellas, you do a special style. So I'd love it to vary it with this. Geralt, pretty much whatever you level up in terms of your attributes, just makes him hit harder, or his spells hit harder,
Yeah.
but it's still the same stuff.
Yeah, right.
So I'd love that to be deepened.
Okay.
And my third flaw, because I couldn't think of one, is that it's not long enough.
Okay.
Next person. If it was 400 hours, I would play it absolutely for 400
Ellie,
hours.
would.
your favorite games.
Okay.
What do you not like about Detroit?
Detroit
Yeah,
Become
so-
Human. Here we go.
My first one is
First one is
Detroit
no
Become
one's
Human.
heard of it.
Yeah, no one else plays, and I can't talk about it. No, I don't have 3 things. This was just the main one for me for Detroit Become Human. It wasn't really free roam,
Yeah.
but I'd love it if it was a bit more free roam. It was quite linear. There was still a bit of free roam, but it was mainly linear. And I would have loved to have maybe done a bit more interacting on the outside and maybe had some more mini games or something.
Mm-hmm.
It was linear, which to be honest was probably a good thing for me. But I
Wait,
would be
so The one flaw is that it's linear, but it's probably a good thing for you. That is not a flaw.
Damn
I
it.
need proper flaws for this game.
Nah, it was just, I think it would be better if it
Like the
was free
graphics
roam.
could be better. It's the kind
Well,
of shit.
yes, that's true because it was done in like 2018.
Oh, so for
yeah.
2018 they were great.
I think
Yeah.
they were quite good actually. So
Yeah.
overall, I think just
Ellie.
Say something bad.
I don't know. I just bloody loved it.
This is part of the reason why I did this segment.
I think that sometimes I had to make the choices too quickly. And I
Great.
wanted a bit more time.
Great. And
yeah.
and
That's good.
It's
Yeah.
unrealistic. In
Yes.
real life, you'd be able to think about
Yeah,
it.
maybe
Yep.
like a bit more breathing time. Like when you're in like a battle, you've got like 3 seconds to go. Do you want to hit him or do this?
See,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
bullshit.
And I panicked.
Can you pause?
No. So it's like, and
Oh.
it really impacts the rest of the story. So I'd say I'd wish that those moments were just slightly longer for my choice.
Because you'd be like, I should have punched instead of
Yeah.
like dodged, and then you sit there and go, what would have happened if I'd punched?
exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe a bit more breathing room there.
And what
But-
happens when the timer goes down? Does it pick one randomly?
Yes, yeah,
Oh.
yeah, and then you just have to continue. Yeah,
okay.
it's quite intense. So I'd probably say that the one flaw with Detroit Become Human is make it bigger and give me more time to decide.
So more time to decide.
Yeah.
Decisions are too rushed. It's too linear. A bit more open world would be good.
Yeah.
And no one's ever really heard of it. No one else plays
Exactly.
it. Okay. So those are the 3 flaws.
Yeah,
Well done.
that's it.
Guy.
We touched on it just before. Helldivers 2. It is one of my favorite games.
Yeah.
The storyline, there is none. Like there is, but there isn't.
Oh.
Like it is a live service game. We do know that you are fighting this big intergalactic battle against the automatons and the
Yeah.
Terminids, and they do the developers give people like objectives every few days, and the community has to do stuff together. But when the game first launched, I would follow the storyline and like we need to liberate this planet for this reason. But then I just, due to the lack of there actually being a storyline per se, like there's no main character, there's no like
Yeah,
we don't really know anything about anyone. It's just we just get fed these objectives.
yeah,
You lose interest pretty quickly.
true.
So I would like there to be some sort of storyline with Helldivers 2 for me to be invest in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
The last time there was something that I was invested in the game is when we had to liberate a planet and then the planet like imploded and turned into a black hole. I'm like, ooh, what's that going to be? And then nothing's happened
Nothing.
ever since.
Oh.
And, when you all complete an objective, you get like medals for it, which you can then use to spend. But like every single time I log into the game, I'll get these medals for a mission. Like, congratulations, we did it. I'm like, I don't even know what we did.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like, I'll just log on, get my medals, and then just go play a game. I
Yeah.
want to be invested into the game. I want a bit of a storyline
Yeah.
to grip onto.
Right. Anything else? Just that.
Nah, apart from that, it's a flawless game.
Right. I've written, it's quite buggy.
It is buggy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And we're not talking about the bugs, the
No, no, no.
Terminids.
Gotcha.
But the act that is quite buggy just because of the
Right.
sheer amount of people playing at once and
Yeah.
blah blah. Okay, I wrote 3 flaws for each of my games. All right, so I just
Yeah,
think
you've
you'd be
gone
aware
in.
of that.
Yeah,
yeah. Elden Ring.
Okay.
Okay,
Too hard.
Elden Ring is currently in my top 3 games of all time.
Yeah.
I've played it once, and I will admit, not for me yet, that it is too hard. I absolutely loved it. I wouldn't change anything about it. However, I have heard the new DLC, which I will be playing soon,
The Erd Tree.
Shadow of the Erd Tree, is too hard to the point where one of the most hard out From Software geeks I know, Pugs,
Yeah.
our producer at my radio show, he can't finish it.
Oh, really?
And he is a From Software guru.
Really?
wow.
It is that hard.
Ooh.
To the point, like, and I love battling away and having to set up your build perfectly so you can properly beat the main boss or whoever it is. But he's like, the bosses in the DLC get to the point where literally they have unavoidable attacks that just delete all your health, and it's as if they've just scripted in for you to lose.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
yeah.
So it's that, like, people are beating it and it is
Yeah.
beatable, but apparently it is just too hard. Okay, Elden
Yeah.
Ring?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe just chill
I
out a
never
wee
would
bit.
have thought I'd heard Chris say that Elden Ring's too hard.
No,
That's-
and
that's
I
growth.
did preface by saying, just to undo all that growth, I did preface by saying I enjoyed the base game very much so, and it was
Yeah.
a perfect
Yeah,
ability.
yeah.
Okay.
The graphics could be better.
Okay.
It's so big, and it was one of those ones where you see the teaser at like E3 or whatever the game's premiere thing was back then, and it looked really crisp and clean. And then when you get it, even on PlayStation 5, I haven't seen it on PC, but it just isn't as sharp as I would like it to be. I'm a
Okay.
real graphics nerd. I love
Yeah.
good
Yeah, yeah.
graphics.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And the third thing is that I'll admit it's fucking confusing. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
And you will have to beat that 30 minutes. I just completely forgot about the whole swearing thing. It is so confusing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of understand what's happening, but that's because I've watched lore videos on YouTube, at least 3 or 4 hours worth in total, not all at once,
Okay.
understanding what's happening in the game, and I still don't know what's happening.
Yeah. Wow.
It's
okay.
so confusing.
But you enjoy playing it.
It's the hook for it is the depth at which you can create this character and the possibilities of it's just the different levels of customization
Yeah.
and then putting that character in this giant, open, difficult world. That's the hook for me.
Yeah.
So you don't need a storyline. There kind of is one, but it's just customizing it to however you envisage and then tackling these challenges is very satisfying.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Nice. Well, my next one is Stray, the one about the
Oh,
cat.
the cat.
Love that game. The one thing which I have spoken about, the main thing for me is there's no free jump. So you're a cat.
And you can't just
And you
jump.
can't just jump. You've got to like wait until it says X so you can press X
Yeah.
now and jump. So that was a huge thing for me for Stray because as a cat, cats constantly roam and jump, which is what I wanted. Had you finished, by the way?
Yep.
Did I just interrupt you?
No, you didn't.
Oh, okay. I just felt like you were sitting there going,
Let me
I'm
skip
like, oh no.
back to the urge
Did I
tree.
just interrupt him?
No, absolutely. You go.
Okay, sweet. Thank you. Thank you so much. Shut up. So Stray, Stray, no free jump. I also think it was an indie game to be fair, but I think the graphics could have been a little bit cooler or maybe more
It has
defined.
It had a very certain visual style, right?
It
like
did.
it wasn't going for super realism,
No, it wasn't.
but I know what you mean.
But I lacked a little bit of immersion because of it.
Yeah,
And I don't know if that was just my imagination failing, but I think I would want better graphics and maybe a bit more. I love the creativity of basically you're in a post-apocalyptic underground world. I did love the concept, but the graphics didn't hook me as much as I would have liked, is all I'll say.
Yeah.
But it was a smaller game, so maybe I'm being a bit harsh. But the free jump thing, that was the main thing for me.
Yeah, if you got a game where they really emphasize that you're a cat, you kind of want to do everything a cat can do.
Which is whatever the F it wants.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What about the other flaw in it that you thought was a flaw
Sorry,
with your
yeah,
broken controller?
The camera angles and stuff. But it was
Every
just
time, I hope it's
it's just
yeah.
controller drift.
The camera tilts around to the side. It's so off-putting.
Oh my gosh.
But it was just a broken controller.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was the broken controller, so I take everything back about that. It was totally me.
That's so
that
funny.
Screwed that up, yeah.
Is that all your flaws?
That's all my flaws for Stray, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Halo.
Oh, he's got
here
some
we go.
flaws,
I've got a list
does
for
he?
this as well.
Halo. It should have finished after Reach. So there was Halo 1,
Okay.
Combat Evolved, Halo 2. There was also Halo ODST, which is a spin-off, Halo 3, and then they did Halo Reach, which was a prequel to Halo 1.
Right.
Flawless game. Should have stopped there. The series should have stopped there. Because ever since then, they've just been releasing shitter after shitter. Halo 4 was diabolical. Halo 5 was okay. Halo Infinite, I haven't even played, but I heard it's pretty average. The Halo Wars games are okay, but they're sort of like tabletop sort of, strategy games. They should have stopped after Reach because that was such a good game and then not released anything for 10 years, 15 years. Create the hype, create the want and the desire, and then release a banger of a game. But instead, they've released, they've been focusing all of their energy on multiplayer.
Yeah.
And every single time Halo releases something and they do a big trailer on their Instagram, you think it's about a new title when it's actually just a new season pass or some bullshit.
Right.
So it should have stopped after Reach because everyone loved that game.
Okay, so they're just milking it too
They're
much.
just
you
milking
feel.
it because
Yeah.
they're just trying to replicate what they had.
Yeah.
And every single time it fails, so then they go, "All right, we released a shitter, so we really gotta pull our socks up for the next game," and then it sucks.
Oh,
So they
that's
should
a
have
shame.
stopped after Reach.
Hey, at
Yeah.
least the TV show's good.
Yeah,
That was
that
canned.
is that as well.
Yeah.
That it reminds me, Gears of War's the same.
Gears of War, yeah, should
Like-
have stopped after 3.
Yeah, we got the one after Gears of War 3. Even Gears of War 3 was starting to taper off, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right.
2 was so good, we loved it, and then they've just flogged a dead horse, Ellie.
Yeah,
Oh.
right, okay.
All right?
Yep. No, I'm
Horses
hearing you.
everywhere.
The horse is running out of juice, Ellie.
Oh.
Okay?
Yeah, I'm
All right,
with you.
you done dissing Halo?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
That's all I'll do.
Because it's Chris's turn to
Seriously? What about the
That is?
cartoony physics and shit, and the fact that you shoot and it feels like you're shooting like little jelly? Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, it's a needler, needler, and also the plasma pistol's a little. Yeah,
When you throw a grenade, it's just a purple shiny star thing. It's like, what am I playing? Anyway,
those are the Covenant plasma grenades that
Oh.
stick to things.
Right.
Right. Of course.
okay, it's just interesting that you'd overlook all that. Okay, third and final, and possibly favoritist game that has ever existed.
Pokemon.
The one I thought about Pokemon. It's the other one, Age of Empires 2.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay,
Age of Empires 2, I have vivid memories of playing Age of Empires 1 for the first time in 1998 or 9 or something.
Yeah.
Wow.
Seeing a trailer for Age of Empires 2
Mm-hmm.
being like, oh my God, that looks incredible. Seeing the price of it, I think it was like $70 back in the day in New Zealand.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And it was probably $100 New Zealand, to be honest. And asking my dad if we could go to Dick Smith Electronics and buy it. Throwback.
Cute.
And he was like, oh, it's pretty expensive, maybe for your birthday. And then my birthday rolled around. I got something else. I just never got Age of Empires 2. And it wasn't until I was pretty much in maybe my final or second to last year of high school that I finally figured out a way to get it and bought it secondhand.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I have been playing that game at least once every couple of years for 15, 16, 17 years.
Wow.
I absolutely love it.
Okay. So what's wrong with it?
Playing online is pretty tough.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that-
There's
If
some
you-
real,
yeah.
real nerds out there.
If you can't do this, it's like people pride themselves on being able to be in the castle age, Ellie,
Right.
after 14 minutes or something.
Okay.
Or like it's called a 13-minute fast castle or something. It's
Yeah,
where you
yeah.
perfectly lure the boars over, you get 4 villagers to tackle that while one's doing this, and then you're making a villager and then build a house and then get that villager to do that. All
Right.
clicking, controlling these little things. It
Okay.
is so overwhelming. And if you can't do that, you're getting your ass handed to you online. You
Yeah.
can't
Yeah,
you can't just
okay.
go on there and have fun and battle other people.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless you get your mates together and do that. And even then, you have to pick and choose and say, Guy, you can definitely play because you're pretty shit. But our mate Sam is too good.
Yeah.
He's not allowed to play with us.
Oh, okay.
And you have to put a treaty in place for the first 30 minutes and be like, Sam, you're not allowed to attack me for 30 minutes. And he'll be like, okay, I won't. And then he will. And he'll ruin the day.
Absolutely.
Okay, so not good for online if you just want to have a little bit of fun.
If you're just chilling, it's really tough. If you're
Okay.
good at it, it's great online. I would like to be able to turn the camera. It's all from one angle.
Oh, yeah.
And you can zoom
I
in.
think you can do that on Age of Empires 3.
Right, on the, So Age of Empires 2, and I love the art style and everything, but you can zoom in now on the HD remake thing that they've done. I can't remember. Age of Empires 2, I can't remember what it's called. I've got it on my computer right now. But you can zoom in and stuff, and it all looks great, but I'd like to be able to turn around so I can see better. And the last thing, I couldn't think of anything. It's too addictive.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
just too, it's too Moorish.
Yeah.
We played a lot of it online during lockdown
Yeah,
because
that's
we
right.
couldn't do anything else.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was excellent.
Excellent.
Hours and hours.
So, Ellie, what issues do you have with Stardew Valley?
No, I wasn't going to touch on that yet. I love that one, so leave that one alone, okay? My third one is something that I actually haven't finished, which is Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I think it's the fact I haven't finished it might be a reason, like it might be a clear enough reason that I don't love it. Obviously, I'm a 90s, 2000s kid, grew up with Harry Potter just like you guys, and probably a lot of people listening, really attached to that world, really attached to those characters, was so excited to finally have a PlayStation game that immersed in the world. You could go through Hogsmeade, Hogwarts, all that. Some of that is amazing. Like, some of the graphics are awesome. It's cool to be walking around Hogwarts and Hogsmeade. It is, but I really wanted to play as like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I wanted to just play as Harry or Hermione or Ron. I didn't want to play Hufflepuff, which was my one's name.
Outstanding.
I wanted to play one of the main.
Yeah.
I wanted to play one of the main three. That's what I wanted to do, is to play their storyline. Even like maybe grab a whole lot of from years 1 to 7. Playing the 7 years would actually be awesome.
That'd be sick.
But even if it was like 1 year where you kind of touch on storylines from all the 7 years, I don't know. I just wanted to actually play Harry Potter.
I want to battle the basilisk in the Chamber of
Exactly.
Chamber of Secrets. You know, like
Same. I just feel like obviously it's to do with like IP and like all that kind of stuff. I get it, but then like in my opinion, like just don't even touch it.
But then
If
I
you can't
guess
do it.
people would have gone up in arms if they actually did it off the movies and the
Yeah.
books. People would have expected Daniel Radcliffe to voice and
That's
Emma
a good
Watson,
point.
and they
Yeah.
wouldn't have done that.
That's a good point.
So then people would be like, "Well, that's not Harry Potter. That's someone
Yeah,
else." But
it would have been
yeah, I
expensive.
totally get this because I finished Hogwarts Legacy and I had the same thing. It's awesome to be in Hogwarts, awesome to be able to do all these spells, and
Yeah.
I enjoyed the game. But yeah, I loved the Harry Potter universe.
Totally.
I
Like
wanted to play in that universe,
same.
not
And-
in like 1860 when it's based or
Yeah.
some bullshit.
Exactly. And like I basically played it for a bit, enjoyed looking at the castle in Hogsmeade, and then once I kind of seen it all, I was like, oh, will I finish this? I don't know. I probably will one day, but I'm not like
I'm sure it's quite a long game too, by your
Yeah.
standards. Because like,
Oh,
That's huge.
it takes two, like what, 12 to 14. I bet that
Yeah.
game's like 40 hours or something,
Yeah.
50, just to finish it.
Exactly. So it'll be a while. But that'll be, to be honest, I haven't finished it and played it enough to give it any other flaws yet. But that would just be the main thing where I went, oh, I'm just not into it. Like
Right.
I wanted to be, you know? Yeah. What about
Oh, there you go. And Guy, your final game.
What do you think it is?
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Ghost of Tsushima?
Two very, very good suggestions.
Okay.
But no.
Okay.
Farm
Fortnite.
Simulator.
No, it's Red Dead Redemption 2. I was trying to think of it. No, Red Dead Redemption 2. Yes, I banged on about this game and I do love it. One thing I don't like about it is that when you go into like a house, and like you have to open all the drawers and then you have to close the drawers. Like if you open a drawer to loot it, you know, you like steal some stuff or grab tonics and stuff, you have to close the drawer to then go to the next drawer. It seems that's a little too immersive for me. I kind of want to be able to just, if there's stuff in a chest, just let me just get it.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, open the drawer, I'll grab that tobacco and half a tin of corned beef and then close the drawer.
Yeah,
And
right.
I'm gonna go to the next. It's a bit slow.
Yeah, so yeah, fair
That
enough.
being said, I wish the game was longer.
Okay.
It's an incredibly long game, and I wish it was longer. Just
Okay.
like you said before with The Witcher, like I think the campaign's about 60 hours. If it was 120, I'd be wanting more.
To be fair, I've clocked Red Dead Redemption 2 as well, and I remember thinking like, oh, I feel like this is wrapping up too quick because I love being with the gang and stuff, and you know, like, yeah. The storyline I wish was longer.
Yeah,
I agree.
Fantastic storyline.
I've got a flaw. Have you got? Is that all your flaws?
No, that's all my flaws for Red that I can think of, but open to more.
Mexico is a complete waste of time.
Oh yeah,
That sucks and at the end of the game, so the whole way you're playing through Red Dead Redemption 2 is this beautiful designed, you know, a map of America, and then at the bottom is grayed out Mexico, and you know you'll get there eventually.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Towards the end of the game, and it's not really a spoiler alert, but you get to go to Mexico, and there is nothing going on, and it's the same size almost as America.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've got a whole new map and it's just nothing.
Oh, that sucks.
That
a
sucks.
few armadillos.
Yeah.
But you can get those
Right.
in North
A
America.
few
anyway.
like gunfights and like wanted criminals, and it's just like, oh man.
I feel like that was added into the game because in Red Dead 1 it was based in Mexico for some of it. So I think it was
That's
more of
right,
It
yeah.
was more of a nostalgia to be like, oh,
Like a nod.
you remember playing in the first one? Well, you
Right.
can walk around it in the second.
Ooh,
Yeah, so that was
okay.
a flaw for me.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I agree with the slow pace of doing basic stuff.
Yeah. Also, the game just made me too emotional,
Oh,
you know?
okay.
So
There you
maybe
go.
just
All right, well,
dial
let's
back the emotions.
let's wrap up this segment there just because this has been a long one.
Has been a
It
long
has been a long one. Let us know what's wrong with the games you like.
Yes.
Listeners, you
Yeah.
listening there?
Or the games that we've talked about that is an obvious flaw that we missed.
Yes.
That's right. It's good just to admit that your favourite games do, in fact, have flaws.
But not your favorite gaming podcasts that need
Hey,
5 stars.
Exactly. So get to rating.
Did you guys watch the opening ceremony of the Olympics over the weekend?
I didn't watch it live, but I've watched bits of it.
That's all you
Yeah.
need to do. It
Yeah.
was pretty weird, but right up until the end,
interesting.
when they lit the Olympic torch and they went into like a big balloon,
Mm-hmm.
that was quite cool. But the best part of it was obviously Celine Dion doing her first performance in
That was
4
cool.
years on the Eiffel Tower, and she absolutely nailed it. I genuinely cried.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting to. My wife cried. I expected that. She cries
Yeah.
at everything.
Yeah.
But we were just sitting there with my daughter, and we just had blueberry pancakes, and it was a sunny day, and it was all. She was just because if you don't know, Celine Dion's been diagnosed with a really horrible disease.
Yeah.
And yeah, she just nailed it, and it was incredibly emotional.
Yeah.
But
totally.
obviously, the Olympic Games are on right now. Last week we touched on the subject of video game characters and competing, or like if we were to create Olympic events from video games,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But I wanted to talk about if we were to take the Olympic Games now, happening in Paris, but
Yeah.
we would take out all the athletes and put in athletes or video game characters.
Yeah.
Who would be in the top 3?
Yeah. Okay.
you
Sweet.
know?
Yeah.
Right? So I gave
it.
you guys a list of sports, and then
Yeah.
you guys tell me where you think who takes the gold.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So the 100-meter sprint, one of the most coveted events of the Olympic Games.
Probably the most, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah, it
Everybody
is.
everybody loves the 100-meter sprint.
Fastest on the planet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who do you have coming in with the gold medal from a video game?
I've got Sonic the Hedgehog.
I have got Sonic the Hedgehog.
Have you?
Yes. Well, I asked a bunch of prompts with ChatGPT, AI chat,
Oh.
to go through all the video game characters, and I made them.
Yeah.
Curate a list. So I feel like this is probably the most definitive list.
Yeah. Okay.
Coming in the bronze, they've got Tracer from Overwatch. In silver, the Flash from Injustice 2.
Okay.
And the gold medal, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Nice.
Cool, that's
Woo!
cool. I
Yeah.
don't think we can include like comic book characters, you know?
Yeah, there's a few in here, but like I did say, comic book characters, you
Yeah.
know. So
Yeah.
the 100-meter freestyle for swimming. Who have you
Okay.
guys got for swimming?
Look,
Taking
I
home the
haven't-
gold.
I haven't finished this game yet or even really started it, but I reckon Dave from Dave the Diver, he'd probably be quite a good
I
swimmer.
haven't finished this game or even started it.
Nice.
But I
But
reckon
he-
Dave.
You know, Dave-O, he's in the water, he's diving, so he can probably swim. That's what I'm guessing.
Yep.
No?
So
No,
Dave the
you're not
Diver
with
can
me.
probably swim gold
gonna-
medal at the Olympics.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
He's gold.
That's a
Yeah.
flawless logic.
Thank you so much. Yeah. What about you, Chris?
I play a lot of games where you can swim in it. Everyone swims kind of slow, but one person who can swim quite fast and also can swim really deep while holding their breath is Aloy from Horizon.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
a good swimmer.
Okay.
Massive caves, so that's who I've got for my choice.
So she dives as well, is that what you're saying?
She
she's,
dives.
She's also a diver. Okay,
She dives,
just
yeah.
noting that. Yeah,
Yes.
sweet.
But I've
Hey.
actually played the game and seen her do it.
AI reckons the bronze we got a Lara Croft from Tomb Raider.
Okay,
She's a good swimmer.
okay.
Silver medal is Mario with the frog suit from Super Mario Bros.
I didn't
3.
know you allowed things like
Oh.
that.
No, I didn't
Okay.
either, but that's what ChatGPT
Accessories.
thinks.
Right.
Okay.
And the gold, this is going to annoy you, Chris, because you just pointed it out. Aquaman from Injustice 2.
Oh.
Aquaman is the best swimmer out there.
Oh, okay. But,
But
is
this is like you saying, oh, Usain Bolt because he was in Athens Olympics or whatever the frig it was.
Yeah, but he wouldn't beght Sonic the Hedgehog, would he?
He would. He's the fastest man on the planet.
Have you seen him recently?
So,
it's not
oh,
really.
this is okay.
All right. Weightlifting. Who have you guys got for weightlifting?
Okay, I know nothing about
Basically,
this.
someone strong.
Yeah, okay, I know nothing really about this game or this character, but I feel like Kratos would get the gold medal for this. Is this a good call?
Wrong. The Incredible
Damn
Hulk from the
it.
comic books. It's just superheroes all the way.
You're gonna-
Superhero Olympics.
Chris is going to derail this whole segment.
Kratos is number one. I agree.
Bronze is Zangief from Street Fighter. Silver is Donkey Kong.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep. And gold, Kratos.
Yes.
correct. Finally, they got one right.
Okay,
All right.
good.
Fencing.
Okay, this one I actually personally struggle with. I couldn't
Yeah.
think of someone because I don't do much combat
Sword play, basically.
Yeah. And I'm not actually sure, so I'm going to be disqualified from this
Just
round.
have a crack.
Okay, I reckon it would be.
While you're just thinking, I'll do mine if
Yeah.
you want.
Okay, yeah, it might
More
trigger
time.
me. Yeah.
I'm going to trigger Ellie with this one.
Okay.
Dave the Diver. Altair from Assassin's Creed 1.
Oh.
Because all the Assassin's Creed guys are like incredible with swords. Altair was the first to do it, but you could literally just hold up your sword in the defense button, and every time someone attacked you, hit triangle at the right time. He'd reverse it and beat them all.
Oh, yeah.
So 1,000 people could be standing around him, and he will beat them all.
Okay.
So I go Altair.
Okay.
Ellie?
Look, it hasn't triggered me. My brain is still blank.
Just chucking any
And just
video
think of
game
any game that's
character.
got a sword in it.
Okay, I reckon it would be my Stardew Valley character in the,
What
in
a
the skull,
stupid suggestion.
in the
So you
skull
think-
heaven.
Yeah.
You know?
So
Well, you
someone-
do get
a farmer.
swords.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
the only one I can think of that
Yeah,
I've
fair
played.
enough.
Okay, so this one, the bronze is Mitsurugi from Soul Calibur.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Silver, Geralt of Rivia from The Witcher.
Oh.
Now we're talking.
Oh.
Gold, Link from The Legend of Zelda.
From Legend of
Oh.
Zelda.
the
Yeah.
Master Sword.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd agree with
Probably
that.
one of the most famous swordsmen.
Definitely.
Right,
Definitely
okay.
probably the most, yeah.
Damn
Alright,
it, and Zelda's literally staring me in the face right here. I should have just
And
said
Zelda's
a
got
character.
There's a sword in the
Damn
Zelda.
it.
Yeah.
I should have just said that.
All right, two more to go. The 10-meter air pistol. Such a cool event to watch.
Oh, yeah.
That's why they got the patch over the
Yeah,
eye.
over the
Yeah,
eye.
so good.
All
Yeah,
right.
buzzy.
So who have you got?
I've got Connor, the android police officer from Detroit,
Detroit
Become
Become
Human.
Human.
Yeah. Did you? Good guess, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy that you guessed that.
Yeah.
Accuracy would be on point
Dead
because
eye.
he's an android.
Yeah,
He's an
yeah.
android, you know.
Well, obviously John Marsden.
John Marston.
Second
Okay.
place, Arthur Morgan.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Can I add in someone who will come last in the fencing?
Who?
Henry from Skalitz from Kingdom Come Deliverance,
Oh, yeah.
which is the game where you are in first person, you've got the sword, and for the first 20 hours of the game, you don't know how to use it, and so you just get killed over and over again.
That sounds fun.
It's a real long grind. You'd love it. He'd be last. He'd be the
Okay.
laughing stock of the Olympics.
Okay, well, bronze, you've got Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like that.
Sam Fisher from Splinter Cell takes home the silver.
Right.
Yep.
Is this like secret pistol shooting where you have to be stealthy as well?
Well, the gold goes to Agent 47 from Hitman.
I disagree.
Oh.
I disagree massively with that.
Yeah.
Really?
Obviously, Agent 47 is a cold-blooded killer, and I love Hitman,
Mm.
and I love Splinter Cell and Metal Gear Solid. But John Marsden can slow time down and shoot 20 people in the
I
head.
mean, if they're taking like people from Injustice, which is like the DC universe, isn't there a guy called Deadshot who's like can shoot somebody in the middle of the head from like 1,000 meters or some bullshit? Like-
Probably, but this is air pistol
Yeah.
10 meters.
yeah, I'm saying like if he can do that, then you know. But
That's-
anyway,
That's interesting, though.
you go.
equestrian. So
All right.
think
This
of
is
anyone.
good.
Horse riding.
Okay.
Basically, who have you got as the gold medalist?
Again, haven't played this game, but I'm guessing Arthur Morgan would be all right at this.
He loves he
Yes.
if he's got level 4 bonding, then yeah.
Okay, yep. All right, Arthur Morgan with level 4 bonding would
Yep.
be the gold medalist,
That's
is what
good.
I'd say.
That's
Yep.
good. I thought about this a lot. You've got obviously all the like the Assassin's Creed, all the open world games, Geralt of Rivia, blah blah blah. I get very frustrated playing those games and trying to control the horses. You always get stuck in certain places. A game where that does not happen was Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I will say Jin Sakai
okay.
would be the man because that was the most enjoyable horseplay.
Yeah, it was.
All right.
Sounds like a sex thing.
It did a bit.
What horseplay? Come on, guy, grow up.
Enjoyable horseplay. Bronze, Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Silver, Geralt of Rivia from The Witcher.
Nice.
Gold, I don't agree with, but Link from The Legend of
I was
Zelda.
about to say Link.
Oh,
He's been
okay.
riding horses since way back in the day.
Right, okay.
He's the
Yeah.
most experienced.
But if we go diving, we've got Bronze, Ezio Auditore. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Auditore.
From Assassin's Creed. Nathan Drake from Uncharted. And Lara Croft would take home the gold for diving.
Diving. Right.
Archery, bronze. We've got Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn. Lara Croft with silver. And Hanzo from Overwatch would take home the gold.
There's bullshit. Aloy basically uses a bow and arrow the entire game.
I know.
What?
Yeah, she can like shoot in the neck of some giant robot dinosaur.
That's right.
Yeah. But that is according to ChatGPT. It went through all of the video game characters and how they would perform in the Olympics. I would watch the shit out of that Olympics.
Oh, 100%.
That'd be fun, eh?
Yeah.
I still think, though, that Dave the Diver would win the diving.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Oh my God.
Maybe start playing the game and we'll
Hello?
figure it out.
Can I just say, isn't that an amazing show of AI, right?
Yeah.
AI just threw up the generic answers for what they thought would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's a real show of where AI is at. It doesn't
Yeah.
actually know the nuances of the
No.
game. It doesn't
Well, yeah,
know
like,
that stuff.
if you've got Kratos that takes home the gold medal for weightlifting, but then second is Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
So is that really the difference between you've got Kratos and Donkey Kong? Like if those two were to fight, it would be relatively even
Yeah.
until Kratos wins. That doesn't make any sense.
Nah, see, AI sucks.
It does suck.
yeah.
No, just in case it takes over one day.
Oh,
then-
yeah. No, you're right, though. You're right.
Sorry to our AI overlords.
Sorry.
We trust you.
Take Guy first.
Hey, thanks for joining us for another week, team. It's been lovely. We have a giveaway that we mentioned right at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah, we do.
And that giveaway is a Helldivers 2 physical game.
A
on
physical
Play-
copy. I've
Yeah.
never seen that.
Yeah, on PlayStation 5. And also a beautiful, I don't think this is the right colour. It's red, but it's, what was the actual colour? It's a
Something
It's
crimson.
like crimson something.
Red, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, it's a beautiful red controller. Thanks to Red Bull, actually, who gave us these. And we're
Yeah,
going
big
to
shout
give
out.
them away to you guys. So if you want to enter this, all you got to do is we're going to have posts up right now on our Instagram and our TikTok. Just comment on one or both, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If you comment both, then you in the draw both times. What?
Twice?
Thank you, guys. Oh, my goodness. And we would really appreciate it if you just tagged a mate in these posts. So they're not going to share the prize with you. Don't worry. You still get to keep the prize. But it just would help us promote our
We need to try and grow our channel and our brand and everything.
Yeah.
We've almost been doing this for a year now, and we've had a look and we've been like, look, guys, we need to start hustling here and get this thing moving.
Yeah.
So that we can continue to justify doing it every single week.
Amen.
Tag your gamer mates.
Yeah.
Don't tag the same person that you tag all the time in all
Yeah.
your competitions. Tag your gamer mates so that
Yeah.
they know about us.
That's right.
Yes, thank you, team. And what are you playing this week?
This week I am playing Cyberpunk 2077, just wrapping up a few little odds and ends before tackling. Oh my God, I just realized I've got the whole DLC to play, which I
no.
love.
Okay.
But I was getting excited about potentially moving on to Elden Ring
Ah.
or delving back into a game that your partner is now playing, Sam, Hitman 3, which I effing love.
Nice.
And I've still got a whole heap of missions to complete.
Yeah.
So
nice.
if you haven't played it, you got to check it out. It's so good. I'll be dabbling in Cyberpunk and maybe some Hitman.
Yeah, cool.
What
cool.
are you playing, Ali?
Well, guys, I've finished It Takes Two. So I think I've clocked
World's
off.
your oyster.
Yeah, I've clocked off for the year, to be honest. I think
Yeah.
I've done what I needed to do. No, I'm just kidding. Sam in the weekend, my partner, bought the PSVR 2. So
Nice.
we now have
Wow.
VR, which I tried it on Friday night.
And passed out
and
immediately.
I freaked out. Oh my
Just
God.
vomited all over yourself. Yeah.
Honestly, it was too it's the space it's because the roof feels infinite.
Yeah.
That freaks me out. And so I'm still trying to get my head around it. I'd like to continue playing it and try stuff. I even tried the Beat Saber,
Beat
which
Saber's
is
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where you're just like doing the beat, but even all the stuff coming towards me was just like
Yeah.
So I think this week I'm going to try and become friends with the VR set on our PlayStation.
Give me a heads up on games that you enjoy because I've got the VR too. And
He's
I just-
literally got it.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
to me it felt a bit gimmicky.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it
yeah.
just like VR technology is up there.
Yeah.
But PlayStation VR technology isn't. Like
They
there's just-
haven't gone all in on it.
they haven't got in. They've stopped basically
They've
developing
stopped,
it.
yeah.
But
Interesting.
like that just doesn't have the back catalogs of games. There are
Yeah.
so many games on, like Steam and stuff that I'd love to play on my PlayStation 2 VR, which I think is actually starting to happen.
They're
soon.
starting to
Okay.
look
So
at that, yeah.
I think that'll be maybe when I dust it off and get it out of the cupboard. But
Yeah, and is it right in saying that Sam was saying that you can't play VR1 games
Yes.
on the
No,
VR2.
that's correct.
Yeah, which he was gutted by. He was like, why can't I just play every VR game
No.
that they've created? Yeah, anyway.
I kind of dropped the ball with VR2.
You know how
Dang.
you freak out when the sky is infinite?
Yes.
What about when you just go outside in real life?
Yeah.
Just walk out the door and vomit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, no, I'm all right with that. I've got 32 years nearly of getting used to that. But yeah,
Right,
no,
yeah.
the VR2 is kind of freaking me out. But I do want to try and come to terms with it. Sam's been playing Job Simulator, so he's just been like working a desk job, like in the.
Does he need? Is he all right with unemployed? Because he's contracting. You know, like, is he?
He's
all
got
right?
his own business, which allows him to have time to himself whenever he wants. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So yeah, he's currently probably doing a desk job right now when he should be doing his real job. But that's all right.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, you're kind of between jobs-ish at the moment as well. So is he playing Job Simulator while looking at you like, look at me at work here. Huh?
Actually, maybe it was a PASAG attempt to get me out to work.
So not hard, is it?
No, damn. All right. Okay, so I'm working this week, guys. That's what I'm doing. What about you, Guy? What are you
Well,
gonna play?
I can't make fun of him
Yeah.
playing a simulator game because I'm playing Farming Simulator.
That's right. Oh, would you like to
Thoroughly enjoy.
share what happened the other night when we were all
Yes.
hanging out at your house?
Chris and Ali came around to my place the other night to play some games and eat some pizza thanks to Red Bull. And I was like, do you guys want a farm tour? And they were like, yes, absolutely, without any hesitation. And I jumped in my tractor to like drive around my farm and just drove straight into my canola crop.
Yep.
Thinking that it won't do any damage. And I just killed a whole bunch of crops.
It was
because you can
hilarious.
drive through other farms that aren't yours and not do any damage to the field. So I cut through farms and all that stuff. And my brain thought I could do the same. But weirdly, when I logged in the next day, the crops were all back. So
Oh, really?
don't worry,
Ah,
guys.
damn it.
I
Damn
know.
it.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
that's
no,
interesting.
update on the farm. I had 3 fields of canola, 1 field of wheat. I've harvested them all today,
Ooh.
and I've resown more as well.
Lovely.
Yeah,
okay.
so I want to just build up a little bit more money, buy another field,
Mm-hmm.
and then just keep expanding the farm. But farming's hard, guys.
Yeah.
The returns are not what I thought it was going to be.
Wow.
Hey, man. Has
It's-
the weather come into play at all?
Whether kind of, not really. It's more about, I think if you can change the difficulty, it does. It's just all about seasons and when you can plant
Right.
Yeah,
and when you
right.
can harvest and
Can
whatnot.
you, as a bit of an experiment, you don't have to do it right away, but can you change it to like difficult
Yeah,
and just see how hard it is?
see how long, how
Yeah.
long I can last until my farm.
'Cause that's
falls to
quite
shit.
funny.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll do
Okay.
a different save file because I
Yeah.
don't do it with mine.
You do-
Yeah,
yeah,
no.
yeah,
We
yeah.
wouldn't want to affect your canola in that.
Yeah,
Nice.
hard out.
All right, well, enjoy your week. And don't forget to enter that giveaway on TikTok and Instagram if you want to win the old Helldivers and the PlayStation 5 controller. And otherwise, we will catch you next week.
See ya.
Bye.